Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be discussing some things that I think is very helpful for teachers when they are preparing for their first Cambly class or even just any Cambly class. These are the things that have proven to work for me and that has helped me when I get new students or just when I need to prepare for class. So stick around, especially new tutors. I feel like this will be a very helpful quick start guide for you. So let's get to it. First off, there are two different types of classes that you are going to be preparing for: priority hours and reservations. So of course, priority hours, that's when you're logging on and you're not really sure who is going to be calling you. And reservations is when the student makes a class or plans to have a class with you at least 6 hours ahead of time before you have a class. So we're going to talk about both ways or how you can prepare for both of those classes. So the first thing that I would like to do is ask two simple questions to start off my preparation process. The first one is, what is the class about? What are you going to be teaching? Now for priority hours, again, this is going to be a little bit difficult because you don't know who you're going to be talking to, so how can you prepare what the class is going to be about? For this, I would recommend having some content that is already ready to go. I've mentioned before in my previous video that I love Cambly content, and that is a perfect resource, not only if you just have a go-to article that you can use, but even if the student just comes off right off the bat and says, I want to talk about sports, you can search really easily and quickly for an article where you can both discuss about sports and even some dialogue, and even decide which level they are at. So if you want to have a beginner level, intermediate level, or advanced, you can find a discussion or an article about sports. Now, with reservations, this way you can be a bit more prepared. Now, I love to use the message feature. I love to message the student. Now, I don't always do this, but if you want to, especially if you're starting out as a Cambly tutor, then I would definitely take advantage of the message feature and try to contact the student beforehand and ask, hey, what would you like to talk about? I'm really excited about our class. What would you like to talk about? And maybe send that a few days in advance if they booked the class a few days in advance. And if they did it like a few hours before, you can still try to send it. So now, sometimes you might get a response, sometimes you might not. It all depends on the student. If they're really serious, then they will respond with an article, or they will just say, you know, it's up to you. And even if they don't respond, okay, this is how you're kind of going back into the priority hour. You can message them right at the beginning of class. Hey, what would you like to talk about? Okay, that's not, asking that question does not make you look unprofessional. You want to have content that the student is going to be interested in and that the student is actually going to use in their life. So that is a very important question to ask. So what is class about? The second question that I like to ask is, who am I teaching? Again, this is easier for reservations. You can simply go to the name that is listed on the reservations and click on that link, and it will take you to the profile. Now, if the student has some detailed information, it will show you that how long they've been teaching with Cambly. Now for the priority hour, you can also try your best to find this information, because once you enter the actual room with the student, you can see a slight view of their profile on the side. It might have their name or their pronunciation of their name. And even if not, you can make a new tab to find their profile and to look at their profile as shown here to the best of my ability. All right, so those are the two main questions that I would ask. Another helpful tip or warning, if you will, is with priority hours, you will not always know how long the class will be before you enter. So sometimes you might enter a priority hour class and it says 15 minutes, or it says 1 minute, or it can say 30 minutes, or it can say an hour. Just be careful of that. If it does say an hour, but you are only planning on having a 30-minute class, then be upfront about that once you begin the class, and let the student know that you are only online for 30 minutes, and make them aware of that before you continue the conversation. Because if they want an hour class, then they can hang up and they can call a tutor that is actually available for an hour class, or they might just stay on with you for 30 minutes and then go to another tutor for 30 more minutes. Okay, so if you are ready to earn a little extra cash with Cambly, and if this video has been helpful to you, first off, give it a like and hit that subscribe button for more videos like this. And feel free to use my Cambly referral link down in the description box below. And feel free to comment any questions that you have. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have for me about teaching with Cambly. And also a bit of a channel content update. I'm also going to be sharing more English lessons with you all and how I teach English. So stick around for that, and I will see you next time.